Hello, guys. I'm Timothy Earle, joined here with Nicholas Earle, and welcome back to week number 4 of Earles versus Girls. And we have all the picks in. Obviously, as you guys know now, the new rule with Earles versus Girls is no Thursday night games. So we've got all the games for either Sunday, I believe. One person does have a Monday night game in there. Two people actually do. Sorry, the girls do. Me and Nick don't. Um, but we'll go ahead and jump into it. Uh, Going into week number 4, I've built up a little bit of lead, tiny bit. I'm 7-8 now. Hopefully, we can get to a winning record. I had a 3-2 week, which was nice. The girls are both tied at 5, 9, and 1. So both sitting at 11 points. I'm at 14. Nick's at 10. So Nick currently sitting in last place. Ugly week for him last week. It is what it is. I don't think anybody had a good week last. I think I was the only one who had a profitable week.
I went 1-4. It was ugly.
So I'm going to start off with me and Destiny, and then Nick can go over Sydney and himself. I'll go over Destiny first. She went with the Colts off the rip. That one is against
Pittsburgh.
She just loves fading Pittsburgh, even though they've been they're undefeated to start the year. I hope she wins that one because I still have that bet with a coworker, but I'm pretty sure that one's dead because I don't think Pittsburgh's finishing 3rd or 4th in the division. Then she went over and took the Carolina Panthers against the Cincinnati Bengals, who had, going into week 4, the Carolina Panthers having a better record than the Bengals. Put your hand down.
I was not high on the Bengals whatsoever, and I was higher. I remember I have over 5.5 wins for the Panthers, so I thought they were going to be better.
Fair enough. She went with that. She took the JETS, Jets against the Denver Broncos. I will talk about that one in a minute because I'm on them as well. I do like that spot. Looks like one of the more popular plays for the group is the Baltimore Ravens this week against the Buffalo Bills. I agree with that one. Bills at plus money. Seems a little off. And then she's going Tennessee Titans plus the 1.5 versus the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football. I don't hate this one, although I'm going to stay off that game. I'll probably end up taking the over in that one, to be honest. I think that could be a little bit of an interesting spot. But she's going to go with the Titans to end that one out. I'm going to go to me, which this line flipped. It is what it is. I already had my picks in for it yesterday because we all put all of our picks in yesterday, and then we're recording it today. The Raiders are now +2 against the Browns. I unfortunately have the Raiders at -1.5. It's not going to matter either way unless it ends in a tie. I don't really see the spread really coming into effect. I have the -1.5. I'm on the Jets as well. Broncos coming off of a big win in Tampa Bay. Now they have to head to New York. I think it's a bad spot for the Broncos. Jets starting to look nice. Extended rest. And they're taking care of the bad teams. I would love to see what they could do against a good team. Denver is obviously not a good team. They'll get Minnesota in Germany next week. So we'll see. That'll be like.
Is it Germany?
Germany, London.
I think it's London because Germany.
Overseas.
The Germany game is the Giants.
That's right. It's the London game. My bad. But they get an actual team next week, so we'll see how that one goes. I'm hoping the Jets to take care of business here. Give me the Eagles minus the 1.5. I know this could be possibly a letdown spot for the Eagles after a win versus the undefeated, never-ending scoring Saints, which they finally won that game. That was a nice one. But I'm going to take them here, even though Tampa's coming off their loss at home versus the Broncos. I just think the Eagles are the better team, and I think you're getting a cheap price for a reason. And I know me and Nick's last two plays are the same. I'm on the Bears, which is a little bit interesting. Where's their game? I just had it right here. Okay, yeah, sorry. It was part of the 1 o'clock and got buried. Rams coming off of a big win. That's what it was. Rams coming off of a big win against San Fran, then having to travel across the country. Bears coming off of a loss to Indianapolis. They finally get to come home. I think Caleb Williams is going to have a lot better success at home than he will on the road. I took the Bears. And then I agree with Destiny's Ravens. I think it's a weird spot. Bills coming off of another win, a blowout win on the Monday night. The funny thing is, Nick, the Bills haven't trailed by 6 points or more since 2019. Saw that stat.
What?
They have not been trailing by 6 points or more since 2019.
The Bills?
Bills.
That can't be right.
They have not been trailing by 6+ points since 2019.
That sounds incorrect. I don't know. I mean, it could be, but
I'm taking the Ravens minus the 2.5. Nick, go ahead. Sorry, I took up 6 minutes going over the two plays.
Yeah. For Sydney, she's back on the Saints. She's been on the Saints every single week, I think, so far this season. I have them plus the 2.5. I'll talk about that game. I'm on the opposite side there. I've already bet it there. She's on them Packers in this one against the Minnesota Vikings. I will talk about that one as well. And I will also talk about her Chicago Bears pick as well. She's also on the Commanders plus the 3.5 and the Lions minus 3.5. I do like that Lions play a little bit. I gave that out on picks and parlays.
I think that one's a good one here.
Yeah, it's not a contest play for me, but it is a play I do like because one thing I am looking at this week is I'm looking a little bit more towards favorites this week because we saw how much the underdogs dominated last week. And one thing we've noticed is this kind of lines up with 4 of my plays. We got a few public dogs this week, and we'll get into that. Public dog number 1 is the New Orleans Saints. Give me the Falcons. I've already laid the minus 130 on the Dirty Birds. I'll lay the 2.5. They win this game by at least a field goal in this spot. Now, as much as I want to pump the brakes on dogs this week, this is a dog I do like, and I will like it even more if I see this land on a 5.5 tomorrow morning. Back on the Jaguars. I know it's ugly. They just got blown out on primetime football. I see this as a spot where we have a Houston team that I think has failed to cover a spread this year, and I think they can continue to do that here. They pushed against the Bears. They lost against they lost ATS-wise against the Colts. They lost outright last week against the Vikings. I do like the Jaguars plus the points in that game. I'm also on them Packers in this one here. Been kind of the Packers whisperer this year. I've gotten all their games right. Them and the Eagles, I've gotten all their games right. That Eagles game did not make my contest card. I would only look dog in that game, though. But I am on the Packers. I'd like this even more if it's Will Levis and not Jordan Love. But I've already bet the Packers at 2.5. I got Bears as well, minus 3. Talk about a public dog. You have the LA Rams as 3-point dogs. They opened up around 2 or 2.5. They went up to a 3 with everybody on them Rams after that really good comeback win last week against the San Francisco 49ers. And how can we possibly lay 3 points with that Bears offense right now? Give me the Bears in that one there. And talk about another public dog. How public can you be when coming off of a 37-point win on Monday Night Football against a team that finally got their first win, and it looked ugly doing it. Like they were blowing out the Cowboys, the Ravens, and they let the Cowboys come back in that game with a 19-0 fourth quarter. So I am on the Ravens there to close out my card, laying the points.
There you go. There's all the picks for Earles versus Girls. Once again, I'm currently sitting in first at the moment with 14 points. Sydney and Destiny both sitting at 11. Nick sitting at 10. That's how we are going into week number 4 of the NFL season. Till next time, let us know, who do you guys think is going to win?